call this beat Will Smith, cause it slaps hard. Hear it not when I pull up on your boulevard.
Here's a strange question. If a woman is pulling away and you offer her space or a break, and she says she doesn't want either, but she is getting more and more distant, what do you do? And this ties in with an example of you as a guy directly communicating something isn't going to have the read that you think it has. So what guys think is this. They'll think, okay, a woman's starting to pull away. So rather than just do actions that show that I'm pulling away also to see where she ends up being at, I'm going to have a direct conversation with her about, hey, if you need a break from me, or if you don't want to do this anymore, you can just tell me and I'll leave. And we think that makes logical sense. But the women, they're like, A, that's a lot of pressure. And also like, they might not want to do that. Like, for all we know, again, he's saying if a woman is pulling away, why is she pulling away? Is it because she doesn't like you anymore? That could be one. But also, she could have work stuff right now. She could have gone through a crisis. She could be on her period. She could have other family member things to deal with that she didn't want to tell you about yet because it's too early in their relationship to tell you, but she needed a couple of days to really figure that stuff out. It could be that your idea of how long it takes for a woman to pull away and hers is different because she could have thought, I just didn't talk to him for like a day and a half and he's wilding out. And she could be thinking like, if I don't talk to you for a week, then I pulled away. But just a couple of days, like, dude, we just met. I'm trying to get some stuff done in my life here outside of just you, but like, I'm still trying to keep you in the circle for right now, but you're going all haywire because you see it as pull away. But the point is that you having a direct conversation about her with that is not the motive operandi to go, because you're thinking it actually displays directiveness. And what she's seeing it as, you're so insecure that you couldn't wait a couple of days to see what was actually going on. And you're preemptively jumping in, assuming things that she's doing. You're assuming she's pulling away. You're assuming she doesn't want to see you anymore. You're assuming these things without even having had a full conversation with her. You didn't come in and say, hey, how's your day, man? I haven't seen you in a couple of days. Like, what's going on? You just went straight to, well, you must need a break and you don't want to talk to me. And so if you don't want to talk to me, just let me know. And all that gives off needy behavior, gives off anxiousness. It gives off a lack of confidence, which is not masculine behavior that women want to read from you. Because sometimes women will pull away and be like, this guy's going to freak out. And then you don't freak out. And she's like, oh, he didn't freak out. That's great. Crap, I want to see him now. Like, let me not do that game anymore, whatever. But like, all that to say is that you trying to have a direct conversation, especially with a woman you're just dating early on, like it'd be different if she was already a girlfriend. But if you've been to like 2 or 3 dates and maybe like after those 2 or 3 dates, maybe the texting's gone down just a little bit, which is, by the way, a pretty natural thing to happen. Like a woman's not going to be able to keep up the same level of texting day in and day out with you that she did when she first started to get to know you, because all that was facilitated in an attempt to try to get a date. At the point that she's seeing you in person, she's like, okay, great. Now that I'm seeing him in person, I can take more time to not talk to him between these dates all the time because I'm going to see him in person where I will touch him, feel him, smell him, experience him. And that's totally fine. Digital is not a replacement for in person, but a lot of guys have made it that way where it's like, oh, if I'm not texting all the time, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, all that to say, a conversation is not necessary. If, let's say you text her a thing and then it's been like 2 days and she doesn't text you back, fine, leave her alone. Texting is like a game of tennis. You send a text, she sends one back, and you have to just trust that when she's ready again, she'll text you back. I found in most situations where that happens, woman texts back, hey, I was out of town for a couple of days. Hey, me and my friends did X, Y, and Z. Okay, great. That happened. Let's continue on dating. You know what I'm saying? But like you trying to bring it to her attention directly, it's not like she's not aware that she's not currently texting you or calling you, all right? But you trying to call it out is not going to be the move. The move is you mirror her, you mirror what she's doing. If you text her and she doesn't text you back, you just wait until she texts you back. If you ask her out and she says, oh, I need a couple of days, whatever, fine, take a couple of days. But you don't give off anything that indicates that you're butthurt or secretly mad at her about it, but you're trying to come at her in a way where you're not trying to show that you're mad, but women censor-wise know that stuff, and so they know you're still kind of mad about it. Like, you don't need to do that, all right? I don't believe that calling out women for actions like that is a thing that's necessary. And also, you're supposed to be a guy anyway that's like, hey, if this woman doesn't work out, I can go talk to other women. And you don't give that impression to a woman when you're harping on her about, you didn't text me for a day and a half. What's going on? Do you not want to talk to me anymore? Like, it's just not going to work in your favor. So I'd say stop doing that. That's the best thing I can offer you, you know?
You's a bad boy, but you can't stop, won't stop. You a high-earning, high-value, high-class man. You a high-earning, high-value, high-class man. You a high-earning, high-value, high-class man. You a high-class man. You a high class man. You a high